The algorithm will never beat an interaction.
And I think that's exactly the point. So I'm glad you brought it up. It's not that Instagram's going to see in the file that it came from TikTok and automatically throttle it. That's not what we're saying here. What we're saying here is you have to create the videos for what the algorithms want, right?
Yep.
And so it's not that you could create a video on TikTok, but in your mind, create it for Instagram, if that makes sense, and then download it from TikTok and put it on Instagram, and it's going to do amazing probably, and it'll probably have long-term growth. But I think the value is when you go to create the piece of content, think about which platform it's on and what you want the people, the viewers, to take away from it or to do, correct?
Another example is when TikTok hates less than 5-second videos, but Instagram doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people that create content on Instagram and it says something real quick, like the hook, and then read for more info, right? Read down below for more info. Those are less than 5-second videos, maybe maybe reaches 5. But if you put the video on TikTok or you create a video on TikTok, which is like 5 seconds or a little bit less, it doesn't, the algorithm doesn't pick it up as much. You get me? So that's what I'm saying, like different structures. That video works well on Instagram. It might not do well on TikTok.
And what do you finding with Facebook? Does it behave more like Instagram? Does it behave more like TikTok, or is it just kind of its own beast altogether as well?
Yeah, so Facebook, I had a bunch of problems with Facebook. My Facebook exploded when the Reels came out, right? I was getting a bunch of traffic, a bunch of interactions. But then I had a problem with, I got hit with a community guideline at some point, and it completely just plummeted. The whole platform just plummeted, like everything. And nobody was watching my videos, nobody was interacting. It was just die down. And then that's when I focused on my Spanish program. So I let go of Facebook. I just left it there. And then when I started being consistent again with my English, I started reposting. And I guess that break helped my Facebook account because now I get a bunch of interactions. But if I would have kept going, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be stuck in the same place. So in a way, I guess Facebook is sensitive, I guess, just like TikTok, because TikTok is also very sensitive when you get hit with those community guidelines.
You know, it's funny. I've seen that with Instagram as well. Whereas, I was posting and posting and it was okay. And then it started to get not throttled, but I was in jail or whatever you want to call it. And I kept trying to fight my way out of it, like create better content, really study what's working and try to put it out there. And it just never really, tipped, I guess I should say. And I was like, well, maybe if I post twice a day, and I tried that, and it's just kind of all the same. And then I took a little bit of a break, and I came back, and everything was better than before, I guess is the best way
Yeah.
to put it.
Yeah, and I think that just resets the algorithm, it just resets. And I wish there was like an option we can just reset it and then start over, but I think that's one way of doing it. Now, this is this is talking just out of our experiences, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that it's on the book somewhere. We read the fine print that it says you can stop posting. It might work for you, it might not work for you. You guys have to realize that.
100%. And that's all we can do. And I've always said anybody who tells you they've gamed the algorithm, that they know exactly what to do, they're probably selling you an algorithm course, because I don't think anyone knows for sure. But you can learn a lot based on listening to these conversations and hearing these conversations, I think.
Exactly. And that's what, a lot of confusion comes like in coaching programs as well with the students, but this girl says that, if you do this, you're gonna reach this amount of people, and at the same time it's like, okay, maybe that's just what worked for her, right? But those I don't teach strategies from other people. I teach my strategies that have
Mhm.
worked for me, and that's super simple like that.
I mean, it is something they have to deal with as a coach or a mentor or whatever it is, you know, I do have a student. I've kind of had to pull him out of this is what this person said and then Frankensteining everything together.
Hmm.
Because each individual strategy can work and usually does work. And if it's being taught, then it probably worked for somebody. But the more powerful method is to take one strategy and see it all the way through to the T, right? Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, in the consistency, everything I think falls down to the consistency because if you try to post or make a type of content every single day for 30 days, of course it's gonna work.